What happened? Can't minimize it or it won't capture. Interesting. Okay, so this is it, I think. Unfortunately, I didn't do any swag strats on Glass Joe. I just beat him like normal. I always want to get a swag strat Glass Joe in one of my PBs, you know? Put something over it. Yeah, it's fine where it is now. Can you guys hear it enough? I mean, I don't think I can turn it up any louder. Should be able to hear a little bit anyway. Yeah, swag strats where you like knock out Glass Joe with the star punch or something. Which is really hard to do, which is why we don't even bother usually. Sounds fine, cool. So one of the things I like to do offline is I like to try and get this guy under 36 seconds, because I'd only done it once in my entire life, and it's really, really hard to do. You almost have to be frame perfect, and you have to do some tricky stuff like ducking under his first punch. And this actually ends up being the second time in my life that I actually pulled it off. So I said, huh. And I started thinking, maybe we could go for the world record minor circuit time. Which would require me to get a 43 something on Honda 1, which means that I need a low refill in the last phase, and I need him to do... After my third star punch here, when I open the fight, I need him to keep his guard up, because I do more damage with the next two punches. And he does that. He gives me everything I need all the way up into the last phase. So I'm going to punch him 3 times, 3 stars. And he holds his guard up here, and I can pop him twice, and those are random hits. He can block those. And he gives me a 0 delay, which is exactly what we need. And I'm just like, oh boy, we could get the world record minor circuit time here. We're on pace. Now all we need him to do is give us a low refill. And I made damn sure my first punch of this phase right here was on point. It was really quick. He got up on 2, which means we have a 50% chance to get it. But no, he gave us the big refill, so no world record. But damn, that was close, man. I was excited for a second. So after that happened, I was all perked up. I was like, alright, I'm ready. I was excited. I was like, if I get a decent hippo here, I have a good feeling about this run. That's what I was thinking right now. It's not often you get out a minor circuit against the world record splits. I'm going up against the world record splits here, too. This is Summoning Salt splits on the left. It's not often you get past the minor circuit 4 seconds ahead. So already off to a really good start. Yeah, Dave, I was just saying that's only the second time I've got a 35. I know you remember the first one. It was that challenge night where you challenged me to do it. So this fight we all know is pretty boring. Do a buffer strat, get a free star. Knock him down. He'll get up, punch him a few more times, and it's GG. And I do remember at this point I'm thinking, hey, so far we've beaten everyone assault splits. Let's keep that up. Let's get a sub 15 Dawn. And we did it. So still, all the way up to Hippo, we've beaten every split so far. And I figured, hey, if I could just keep doing that for the whole game, then we get the world record, right? Easy peasy. I actually got the task time on Dawn. And now Gatekeeper number 1. Didn't open right away. but... So he's going to make it hard on me. I got to hit 3 manually here. So 2 out of 4. And then he opens on the 5th one. So 3 out of 5, we'll get a 45. So that's, you know, if you're going for the world record, that's borderline okay. Anything higher than that, you'll probably want to reset. But since we're 4 seconds ahead, that's kind of like getting a 41. So I'm just like, alright, this is still really good. And Great Tiger, you may or may not know, is the only fight in the game that has no randomness to it. Every other fight has some, even if it's a minor form of randomness, like Glass Joe, he might beat 2 times instead of 4 when he backs up or something. It's really insignificant. But this guy legit has 0 RNG. So all you gotta do is execute, and it's really not hard to do. Should be a free 48. But after this guy, this is when the game really starts. So after Tiger, a lot of times we say after Bull 1, but really it's after Tiger. After Tiger is when the game, you gotta start really paying attention to everything. So it's good to be as far ahead as possible at this point, and less than a second behind the world record pace is, you know, you can't really ask for much more than that. So off to a great start here. And that knockdown's always the same. This is where things can get hairy if you're not paying attention. Got a lucky star, so that'll make things easier on me. I almost punched too early on that hook there when I countered for a star. If I was a frame earlier, I think he would have blocked and that would have been game over. That happened to me during my stream last night. It made like a potential 108 turn into a 120. It would have been like a 12-second loss, but I got lucky there. Wasn't too late, or I mean too early. And because we get the lucky star and executed well, we're going to get a 105, which is really good. So, halfway through the game, I mean technically it's halfway, it's 7 fights, but it's more like 1/3 through the game. You want to be around 5 minutes going into the world circuit here, and we're at 4:59.02, so that's great. It's not every day that you see sub 5 minutes going into this, so we're right where we want to be for a really good run. And, you know, considering the runs, the world record's a little over 15 minutes. This is literally about 1/3 of the actual play through the game, even though it's halfway through technically. It's the last 7 fights are all take a lot more to actually finish them off. Especially Salmon and Tyson, they're the only ones that take over 2 minutes every time. So, this guy, this is actually a really hard strat. It looks easy because all you're doing is throwing punches and he's not blocking any of them, but you gotta manipulate his guard for almost every single one of these. So you're doing all these weird D-pad inputs and making sure you're throwing the punch at the right time. And on a lot of the punches, you're actually letting go of the D-pad and the button before it actually hits him. It's like, you see how quick it is to throw a punch. You need to let go of the D-pad after the punch goes off, but before it hits him. And I'm not talking about the star punches where he winds up either. I'm talking about the quick jabs to the face. So this fight's very technical and very hard. It's one of the most difficult fights to learn in the game. So a lot of runs do end here, and I was a little nervous at this point because I saw I got the good refill, so that means we're going to get a good time if we execute, and we did. So this is when I started to sweat just a little bit. So alright, on to Soda. If he throws 3 uppercuts, then we've got a really, really strong run right here. So that first knockdown's pretty much as good as it gets. Second one, it's going to do a little bit of a delay. Still not bad. And I believe on the third one he does an even longer delay. I think it's like a 20-second phase 3 here. So he's going to see his feet go in and out like that. So that was a pretty long delay. But no hooks. Good time. So we're still in there. Now this guy, the strats have changed a little bit on him recently. We're all sort of going for IL strats when we fight him. Now we're trying to go for the world record time on Bald Bull. The chances of that happening are in the hundreds. It'll probably happen eventually, but whenever you see him block a punch when I'm throwing it to the gut, that means I'm trying to sneak in a punch which is random. It's about a 25% chance to actually land, but it saves, you know, I think 3 or 4 seconds. So every time you do sneak a punch in, it'll even out if he blocks all the other ones. But if you sneak 2 punches in, then you're going to save a ton of time. So you want to sneak in 2, 3, 4, or even 5 punches. That would be the IL. But I don't think I snuck in more than 1. So I don't think I got a great Bull 2 time here. But it's always worth going for, I think. Yeah, Andy, you think so? Hey, what's up, noble boy? Damn, son, yes we do. This is the run right here. So, yeah, we didn't get a great time, unfortunately. Didn't really get any good luck on him, but even with the bad luck on Bull 2, we only lost 3 seconds, so it's totally worth it to go for all that, because when you do get the good luck, you gain a bunch of time. Just didn't happen there is all. Now this guy, I wanted revenge so bad for that run that he killed about an hour before that. Like I said, I was on world record pace. I was on a better pace than I am now by 13 seconds or so. I forget if I was ahead or behind by a second. But this guy just ruined it. So I wanted revenge. And we got a lucky star. So now I'm hoping for the mid refill so that I can knock him down faster and maybe get somewhere in the mid 130s. But we got the really big refill, unfortunately. So that means right here we got to punch him an extra couple of times, waste some seconds. And we're not going to be able to knock him out before minute 30. And at a minute 30 is when he goes into his roundhouse uppercuts. And he makes you punch him before he retaliates right here. And he blocked once, so that wasted some time. But since we got a lucky star, we're going to get a pretty decent time on him. A low 140 is good. This is a time that you would normally expect. It's average-ish. So, you know, not bad. It looks bad up against the 126 split, but that split is, out of all the splits that I'm up against, that one is the most ridiculous. You will almost never see me, or anybody, match that. That had some insane luck. So, still doing well here. Now this guy's all about execution and waiting for the last knockdown to see what kind of delay he gives you. So I'm just concentrating here. These last 3 fights are the ones that really require your attention throughout the entire fight. And if you ever watch me stream this live, you'll notice that when I'm fighting Sandman, Macho, or Tyson, I am not talking. Because this is where the game gets uber hard. Even if you played this game a million times, this is still hard. These last 3 fights. They always will be. And I think that's one of the charms of the game. It's what keeps it fun. Keeps the replay value high. So, good execution so far. The 157 knockdown is good, which means When I get knocked down, it'll be just over 159, which is exactly what we want. So that's perfect. And we got the low refill. But we got the long delay. So that long delay cost us 6 seconds, which is kind of a lot for a delay. It's like an 8-second delay, but it's a 6-second delay instead, you know? But luckily it's at the end of the fight, whereas like with Tyson, when he gives you the 8-second, it compounds later on because you did less damage before, so you're going to do less later. So this is just a flat 6-second loss. We can handle that for now. And that's to be expected. It's more common to get that delay. I think it's, I don't know what the odds are. It's more common than the short delay, so I was sort of expecting that. But here, this is where I was really hoping to get a good pattern. And the good pattern is right here if he throws an uppercut, and he does. So now we know we got the good pattern. So now it's just all about execution and hoping I get a star here, and I do. I'll pick up 2. And I remember he gave me all 8 spins there, and I'm thinking as I'm dodging him, don't fuck up, don't fuck up, don't fuck up. A little nerve-wracking. This time he only gives me 4 spins. So really, really strong macho fight. It wasn't the best luck, but it was, or was it the best luck? No, I don't think so. It was almost the best luck. It's almost as good as it gets. So that was great. Now I'm just thinking, all right, what do I need to sub 16? What do I need? Looks like I need a 241, and we will have it. And I'm thinking, oh man, I get 240s all the time. We can do it. Just don't screw up, Ouija. Just don't screw up. And I was really nervous going into this, and I'm like, I just want to hit the first punch frame perfect. That's all I want to do, because once you hit that first punch, then you see what the rhythm is. And I don't get it. So I panicked a little bit, but then I recovered like immediately. I did miss another one, and I missed another one I think right here. He didn't give me the 8-second delay, and this is where I realized I got to hit a lot of frame perfect, so I just bared down and concentrated really hard. And I got the last 4, thankfully, because I needed all 4 of those. Now, I also need 5 uppercuts here, and off of a 104, that's really hard. That means I need the best pattern, and I need to execute. And luckily, I do get the best pattern, no delay there. Well, it wasn't the best pattern, but it was good enough, because we did get 5. And I did execute well enough. Whew. So we're in there. Just need to not choke it on phase 3 here. Hey, what's up, Reach? Good to see you, man. So the goal here is to hit 4 frame perfect. I got the first 2. I'm feeling good. Missed the next 2. Got the 3rd. Just need 1 more. And there it is. Dodge, punch, punch, dodge, punch, punch. Bam, we did it. 236. And there it is, 1554. GG. Thank you, guys. Yeah, it's been a long time coming. I've been going for this sub 16 now for probably 9 months. I think my last PB was maybe 3 months ago. It was a 16:03, so I was 3 seconds away. And I got blocked right at the end of that attempt, so if I hadn't been blocked there, I would have had this 3 months ago. So these last 3 months, I've just been like, I should have had it. I know I'm going to get it, and I've come close so many times, so it's really, really relieving, my goodness, to finally get it. You guys don't know. It feels great. Thanks, everybody. Parabolic and Endy, Jakite, Fested Reach, Dave, Lanks, Noble Boy, Freyon, and everyone else lurking.